The jury deliberating for more than 11 hours, finding Trump falsified business records surrounding a $130,000 hush money payment made to adult film star Stormy Daniels. During deliberations, jurors asked for the judge's instructions to be reread, as well as several sections of witness testimony. A monumental task for the 7 men and 5 women on the jury. The first time in American history a jury has ever had to decide whether a former president and presumptive party nominee is guilty of a crime. There's been swift reaction here outside the courthouse, where Trump supporters have been staging throughout the trial. And it was a grueling one, taking place over 20 days with nearly 24 witnesses, including Trump's former employees and confidants. Trump did not take the stand. The prosecution alleged that Trump tried to buy Daniels' silence about their alleged affair and reimbursed his then lawyer Michael Cohen, who fronted the money. They argued that Trump intentionally falsified documents relating to the payment to hide damaging news from voters during the 2016 presidential election. Trump pleaded not guilty and has denied having an affair with Stormy Daniels. Joe St. George, Scripps News, New York.
So after the verdict was announced, we saw a swift response from both sides of the aisle. In fact, many of the GOP condemning the decision. Of course, Ohio Republican Party Chairman Alex Triantafilou released a statement saying in part here that President Donald J. Trump had lived 77 years and done billions of dollars in business without the single hint of a criminal charge until he crossed Democrats and ran as the people's choice. And for that, he has paid a steep price as anyone in American political history. Going on here to Republican Senator J.D. Vance, he shared a similar outlook on the verdict. This is his post on X, calling the decision a, quote, disgrace to the rule of law and our Constitution. He also backed up former President Trump's claims of the case being rigged and used to interfere with his ongoing campaign. On the other side of the aisle, Democratic Congressman from Ohio, Greg Landsman, also took to social media with his thoughts on the verdict, saying, quote, nobody is above the law, not even Donald Trump. Across the river in Kentucky, we're hearing a response from Democratic Minority Whip and State Representative Rachel Roberts, who said in part, quote, if a jury of his peers have found him guilty, then I have no reason not to have full faith in that jury and to believe in their verdict. I have full faith in our judicial system, and his is their decision. So former President Trump is expected, of course, to appeal this decision. As things stand right now, his sentencing is set for July 11th.